Dip Station for under $50. Hi, I'm Jonathan Pritchett with Theology, Geek Fitness, and in this video I'm going to talk about the BCG Dip Station that you can get for $49.99 at Academy Sports. Though I have seen it on sale various times throughout the year for $37.99, so that's actually not a bad deal for a dip station. Now this dip station, it's hard for me to talk about because my overall, just spoiler alert, my overall assessment of it is rather negative, but I have a backstory with this dip station, and so it's hard for me to say so many negative things about it when it bailed me out, so to speak, because when the gyms closed down, I wanted to make sure I had a pull-up bar at least, and I wanted to make sure that I at least had something to do dips on other than the corner counters. And so I was able to get a pull-up bar, a $15 suspension trainer from Walmart, a couple of resistance band stuff, an ab wheel, and everything that I thought, well, this I can make do with this somehow, except for a dip station. And so I was scouring the websites like Amazon, Dick's Sporting Goods, Academy Sports, Walmart, whatever. Most things always being out of stock when the lockdown first started. Everyone cleared out the stores. But after several weeks, the Academy Sports that was about 45 minutes out of our town got one in stock. And so I snatched that thing up. The next day, I drove the 45 minutes, did the curbside pickup, and drove home. And so I finally had something that I could do dips on. And I got home super excited. And the first thing that I noticed when I started putting it together is that it is a pain to put this thing together. That's the first con about it. But undeterred, I powered through and had to get a mallet to make that frame fit together and put a few dings where you place your hands on the handles, but made it work. And it's a solid, sturdy unit, so that's a plus side. It's a fixed dip station, so it's very sturdy in that way. Which is a good thing, especially if you're kind of new to that sort of exercise. You know, a more stable unit like a power tower or a dip station that's one solid piece, good for stability. You know, it's like the exact opposite of trying to do dips on rings. So that was good. It was solid piece, difficult to put together, but solid, ready to go. And, of course, you can do more than just dips on it. You can do other body weight exercises like incline push-ups, tricep dips, try to do some like biceps exercises on it, incline push-ups, things like that. There's all sorts of things that you can do with this dip station. You've probably seen several like it, the one continuous solid piece, because the BGC stuff is basically a white label thing, because I've seen that equipment with other branding available at Amazon. So, you know, that's, you know, one of the things about it, that it's not that expensive, which is good, but it's also it's not like any sort of proprietary piece of equipment. So you can find like their adjustable dumbbells that are BGC, or their battle rope, or all that, or their wobble board. You've seen a dozen like it on like those things on Amazon with a different label. Okay, well, that's fine. That's how this works. But I got it. I was set up to do dips and my pull-ups, and use resistance bands for various other exercises, use the suspension trainer, whatever, and rocking along with that. And I thought, well, I will be set until the gyms reopen. But after 3 months or so, when the gyms reopened, I never returned to the gym because I was happy rocking along with this home equipment I had bought, and I was going to just keep expanding and trying new things. And here we are at 3 years later. No, 2.5 years later, almost 3 years later. And, you know, still going with it. Haven't been back to the gym. It'll be 3 years in March. So with this thing, like I said, it's sturdy and solid. That's one good thing. There's several different body weight exercises you can do with it. That's another good thing. The stability works. That's a good thing. The cons about it, though, is number one, like I said, it was a pain in the rear to put together. The second con about it is because it's a fixed unit, unlike the Liebert EQ bars or other types of parallel bars that you can find on Amazon or various companies, you can't adjust the width of where you put your grips, whether you're doing rows or dips or whatever, or tilting it to the side to do push-ups. It's just fixed in one position. It's static. And because they're trying to make it for everybody, it ends up not being really positioned well for a lot of people. You know, you can't pull them closer or further apart like you can with separate EQ bars. There's also less exercises that you could. Now, again, I've said this repeatedly on this channel. I'm not one to be able to do a gazillion different exercises, but at the same time, it's nice to have the option and the variety. And with the separate EQ bars, you can get more mileage out of it with your home gym equipment. Anything from more involved lower body exercises to agility type stuff or whatever. So the EQ bars that are separate as opposed to the fixed unit has more variety of options. Plus you can position them as far or as narrow as you want them to be most comfortable for you. When I do body weight rows, if you want to, you can kind of angle them inward so that it's a more natural grip as opposed to like this with the fixed bars handles on this dip station. So for a little bit more money, and in some cases, you know, you can pay upwards to $30 more than this unit, but it's worth it to get separate bars. And I've used the Liebert XL EQ bars, and I have the Pro Source Fit that I got on a lightning deal for about $50, which is pretty good. But they're normally between $60 and $80. The price has fluctuated. I check on these things periodically to see where they're what they're selling for, given inflation or whatever. But the price still fluctuates. But it's, in my opinion, it's worth more to have the parallel bars, especially if you're more comfortable doing dips. And the reason why I love dips, and next to, you know, pull-ups is my favorite exercise, is because when you lose a whole bunch of weight, when you can finally control your body enough to do, or lift your body weight enough to do pull-ups and dips, it's like, that's like a milestone, right? To be able to handle your body weight doing pull-ups and dips. And of course you want to progress from there, but I always stick to those kind of things. Pull-ups and dips will get you a long way. So, and then add a weight vest or something to make it more challenging. Or resistance bands. You can use resistance bands to not only assist with pull-ups and dips, but you can use it to resist your pull-ups and dips. So you have a video on band with body weight and calisthenics exercises if you want to go find that video. So basically, in short, I'm glad that I was able to get it. It was something that I could do dips on other than the corner countertops. It served its purpose. It's good if you just want a rock solid unit that, even though it's difficult to pull together, good luck ever getting it apart after you've tried to put that frame together. It's good for that, but overall, I don't think that these kinds of dip stations, this one or the dozens of others that are just like this one steady frame dip station, I don't think that they're worth it. So this is going to have to be a pass, I think, for most people. Unless you just want something, I would try it in the store to see if the fixed width of it is good for you before, you know, for rows and dips and stuff before you get it. But probably better to save a few extra dollars, you know, and go with a set of parallel bars. It doesn't have to be the Liebert bars. It can be, you know, one of the other brands. Like I said, the Pro Source Fit ones are great, plus they're adjustable height, whereas the Lieberts aren't. But that's my recommendation, is to pass over this, save a few more dollars, and get separate EQ bars. So there you go. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, click the like button. If you didn't like the video, click the dislike button. I don't care either way. Subscribe to the channel, if you haven't, and if you want to support what we're doing at Theology Geek Fitness, you can become a patron at patreon.com/theologygeekfitness. There you'll find bonus content that you can watch, follow along, workouts, and things like that. So there you go. Appreciate you watching this video. We'll see you in the next one. God bless.